Hello everyone, it's Vicki here today designing for Simple Stories, and I am using the brand new Simple Vintage Lakeside collection, and this is one for all of you outdoor adventurers and for scrapping the boys, and it's very masculine type layout collection. And yeah, it's outside of my comfort zone, but actually I'm really happy with how this turns out. So I'm just looking through the papers here that I have to get some ideas on what I want to do, and I really love that black and white stripy paper, and I'm going to use that as the basis of my layout, and I'm going to put a strip down the left and the right of my page, so that I've got a white space in between, and you'll see how that starts to come together. So I cut, I think it's 3.5 inches. Each piece is about 3.5 inches wide, and I'm going to put it down the page like that. My photos are sort of going to go there, and then I want to find some bits and pieces to layer up here. And I really like this little layer that has a moose on it, and it says explore more. Now, my photos are from a camping trip in the UK. We do not have moose in the UK, but I think they're cute, so they're going on my layout, and I think that's fine. Okay, so I've put him there, and I quite like this rusty reddy colour. I'm going to layer that in a little bit on both sides, and I like this sort of brown wooden effect piece of paper that's got some ducks on. So I'm going to layer a piece of that in each side as well. So the pieces of paper really are just to add some colour to my layout rather than act as embellishments. So I'm going to cut a couple of pieces off of here. I think about using this first piece, which says life is good at the lake. I don't actually use that, but I've got it cut there. And then I cut out this little piece here, which has like a compass on it and some leaves, and it's a white tag, and I'll use that as a layering piece later on. It's very easy to cut out. I didn't cut the leaf out precisely, just sort of gave it a little cut around the edge. Okay, so we have a look at these little pieces, these little chipboard pieces, layered pieces. They're really, really cute actually, and I love that one with the duck, and I want to use it, but I don't actually use it in the end. So yeah, but I do use some of the pieces from that packet, and they're really cool, really cute for layering up your pages. And I love these little layered stickers as well, and I use a couple of those in a bit. Okay, so what am I thinking here? Sort of just looking at what I've got and layering it around. That's where I decided not to use that lake piece. And then I put a split between the two photos because I think I want to put my title running through there, and I want to use the word outdoors, and I want that to run down the centre of the photo. I'm just adding a bit of talc here to the back of this the foam sticker, because Simple Stories foam stickers are really super sticky, which is great if you're putting them straight on your page, but not so great if you want to move them around and make sure you've got them in the right place. So I just put the talc on, and that stops that happening. So I'm going to start to stick things down. I'm sticking the papers here, and I didn't want to move them before I stuck them too much, so I'm just sort of sticking them as I go down like that. And I'm going to cut that piece off the edge. And then I'm going to go over and stick the pieces on the other side. So if you don't move them around too much, they're quite easy to get back into position. Yeah, I love those black and white stripes. I think they're really impactful on the page. A lot of it, of course, gets covered over, but it still looks good. I ruffle up the edge a bit of that piece with the mousse on, just to make it look a bit weathered. And then my photos will look like that. And those little chipboard pieces there just fit perfectly between the photos. This layered sticker here, again I've put some talc on it so that I can move it around and make sure I get it in the place that I want it to be. And I'm going to use this little boat as well. It's just like a little sailing boat with some trees and some shoes next to it. And that works well at the bottom corner of the photos. Okay. So I'm going to think about sticking some things down. I'm going to put some tissue paper on the back of my photos first because just to give them a little bit of extra texture around. And they will just go onto the page there. As I said, split. Yeah, these photos, we were actually at a private lake. It was a friend's lake in the middle of the woods. Not very big, very little lake, very, very small, almost a pond. But she had some pedalos on there and we were playing with those and we were camping, and there's a little barbecue hut there. So it was a really cute little weekend, and our dog wanted to keep getting up on the pedalo. So yeah, it was fun. And so they work really well with this collection, I think. Because although it's not really a lake in the sense that Americans and Canadians may know a lake, it is a lake for us. Okay, so I've stuck those photos down onto some foam. That's just sticky back foam that I've used. And I'm going to do the same for the title. Only because that sat on top of the photos, it needed something underneath to stick to the page. And I've got my box of offcuts of foam here, and I'm just going to put a piece of foam on the edge of each of those chipboard pieces, again because they're going to sit on the photos that are already raised up on foam. And makes them sit flat. So I'm just going to glue those down with some wet glue and glue down that little signpost there and the boat and the outdoors title. I know all this work is going to stay where it is, so it's good to get it stuck down. Now I want to create a little cluster over here on the left with this layered piece. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing yet, so I'm going to have a play. That's a foam mushroom sticker there, which says "Love this," and I think that's really cute. That's a chipboard piece that I just put on there, and now I'm going to put on some brads. That says "Outdoor Life," and that one says "On the Trail." And I just like that rusty orangey colour. I wanted to bring an extra piece of that in. So I'm sticking down that layered piece there. I'm going to stick the mushroom on top, or toadstool on top. And I'm going to start to build up that little section there as well. So I like that little sticker, chipboard sticker. It says "No Wi-Fi here." So yeah, that's perfect. And there's a little leaf sprig in there that I want to use in that section. Tuck that behind the mushroom toadstool there, and I think that balances that out nicely. And my next thing to do is stickers. I'm just going to put a little tab sticker at the top there that says Lakeside, and that's just going to tuck in just there at the top and above the photo. Stick down the "No Wi-Fi here." It's a sticky back chipboard piece, but I just wanted to make sure it stayed in place. And then I'm going to put a moose on here and another moose, even though there are no mooses. Yeah, it can't be meese. It must be mooses in England. I love it. I used to live in Canada, so I have an affection for the moose. That little sticker at the bottom says "Explore Your World." And I think about putting a bear on there, but maybe a bear is a step too far. But, you know, who knows? And then I have some toadstools that I'm going to put up also into this cluster. Oh no, sorry. First of all, I've got this leaf sprig, and I do cut through this, but I cut the white edges off of it. And then I stick it there underneath the photo above that little wood slice, which says "Life is better at the lake." And then I'm going to get some more toadstools and put on the right. I just want to put some above that piece there, just to add a little bit of height. And I think that looks quite cute. I tried to add in some others, that red toadstool or also a leaf sprig, but I can't quite make that work. So yeah, so I just leave it at the two toadstools in the end. And I really like how that came out. I add a little piece of foam to each one at the top so that they're popped off the page as well. And then just stick them down using wet glue. There we go. I think that looks really nice there. And I think we're pretty much at the end. There we go. There's the final layout. I hope it inspires you to use this collection, and also to use something that's a bit outside of your comfort zone. You can always surprise yourself. I certainly have with this. I love how this turned out. There are some close-ups there for you to have a look at as well. Please do let me know if you have any questions at all, and I'll be happy to answer them. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love that, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. This has been Vicki for Simple Stories. Bye-bye.